So welcome everyone here, and I'm sure you all come with yourself already prepared, ready to get involved with what it is we're going to be about in this section of Galactic Gaia, what we're being called to do today. So welcome, and those who are either going to be coming in late or aren't going to be able to be here physically today, we welcome you in spirit and also to the recap that you will have access to by way of video. So let's take our time here and get our space set. So breathing, being present with your body present on the planet. And let your breath soften any distracting energies or constricting energies or even excited energies. Just let it soften so that your frequency, your song, is just your soul. Curiosity or joy or peace. Let that energy move down through the midline of your body, out your feet, and into your rootedness with Gaia. Just imagine her opening her door and welcoming you in, wiping her hands on her apron. My grandmother always wore an apron, full bib apron. Get a sense of us settling there in her home. All that we need is there, bubbling on the stove, cooking in wood stove fire, wrapped in beautiful blankets or crocheted afghans ready for us. We're home. Like a family reunion. We know that the rays of the sun surround and fill us there. There's unlimited breadth of possibilities. And we just sit in that beautiful place of being together. We know that there is wisdom that we bring. We know that there are teams of guidance sitting right there with us. And that as we gather today to learn, to share, to experience, we are in the perfect place for us. And feel that energy field that we've created, moving there on our feet, warming our toes, activating our belly wisdom, our Sophia center, flowing up and connecting us with our heart energy. Delighted, delicious being together. So here we are in the sacred ground of sovereignty, within the triple cocoon and hazmat suit, encased and loved and held. Our circle is opened, and so it is. Just imagine that energy, feelings of that being together, the delight, and breathe that out into the entire space of your loved ones and then beyond. that they also will have that energy as part of their day today. Then when you're ready, breathe yourself back into the circle here. Your body connected to Mother Earth, sipping the tea she's prepared. And let's each of us put ourselves in the circle where you are on the planet, what you'd like to bring as a quality or a condition, and however many individuals that you would like to place in this circle for them to be held as beautifully and lovingly. Then you can just put that number in. So Sharon Raji here, Woodby Island. It's sunny today. I went outside and weeded in my garden, well, my front yard flower garden. And that was a delight. I keep thinking I'm going to get out, but it was rainy the rest of the week. So that was good. And so I want to bring in 8 people, and the quality of oh, what's the word? I'll just use the word expansion. As individually, not individually, but togetherness, collective expansion. That's what I'm going to bring. Arlie.
Hi, I'm Arlie in New Zealand. I would like to bring in joy and 4 people. And I will choose Christina.
Thank you, Arlie. I just pulled the card as inspiration, and I pulled the hermit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what and it says meditation and going within. So that's what I'm bringing in. And today I want to include 2 people. And I pass to Emma.
Hello, everyone. Emma in Williamstown, Massachusetts, and I will bring in 8 people. And I want to bring in the concept of steadfast, or holding fast to what we know, even when it doesn't seem to be true in the moment. And I will choose Lavender Joy.
Emma, how many people did you bring?
Thanks, Emma. I am Lavender Joy.
Okay, got it.
I am Lavender Joy, and I am in Magnolia, New Jersey. And I bring 5 people and the quality of joy. And I would like to say that my connection is shaky and you guys keep freezing. So if I don't reply to anything, it's because my connection is shaky. And I will pass to Cinda.
Hey, Cinda, I'm just south of Portland, Oregon, and oh my gosh, I'm so glad for my calendar to alert me about this class, because I was outside doing a major project and I'm exhausted and I'm filthy. Glad to be here. So what I need is energy, but you know, the kind of energy to get a big project done. So yeah, either that or caffeine. So, and I would like to bring into the circle one person currently. Thank you. And Avi.
I'm Avi in Wellington, New Zealand. I'm still just hating my new job. And so I would like to bring in the qualities of good mind, because I've been going to 0 to 100 in like a second. one little thing, just, so that's peace and calm, good mind. And also I'd like to bring in 4 people into the circle, and I have to leave at whatever, 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for a meeting. So and I will pass it to Alexandra Lett. Alexandra? Okay.
This is Alexandra in the heart of North Carolina. Somehow I missed the direction about bringing in people, but today I would like to do something special, and I would like to bring in my family because someone in my family was involved in a serious accident this week and is in the hospital. So I would like to bring the Lett family, and Jared is the name of the person in the hospital, into the circle, and I would like to promote healing and restoration, healing and restoration. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we have everyone has been put into the circle, so thank you for that. I suggested to Gail that she might have better stability if she turns off her video. So even though we'll miss her face, she's going to try that. I think that will, because it's really hard when you freeze, you miss the message. So we might keep seeing your face, but you don't get the message. So try that, Lavender Joy, and see what happens. So here we are. We're on class 28. And I have some things I'm going to move you through. But before we do that, let's do what we normally do. We have, by the way, we have about 47 people in that we have brought into the circle. So before we move into your questions and feedback, let's just take a moment and put all of those individuals into triple cocoon hazmat suit and place them in the hands of their causal team, their higher self, and the tag team, PTO team, and move them into whatever is their highest and best movement in this moment going forward. So we place it in that hands of divine love, knowing that that is the perfect place for them to be. And so it is. Okay. So let's open the floor, and we'll just do popcorn style. So any feedback, questions that you have up until this point, which has been a long journey. We've been on this long journey together. But let's open. I want to open the floor and see you have that kind of feedback for one another. So popcorn, and we'll go from there.
I can share something. Last night was really bad. Like massive sort of psychic attack out of nowhere. And so I engaged the protective circles, from the hazmat suit to the guardian circle to the red rock vortex to the hitchhiker shield. And then I thought, well, maybe I should just do another download of the evolutionary blueprint. Like couldn't hurt. And but what my team told me is that I don't need to keep downloading the whole thing, that it's been downloaded. And so all I need to do is just to say, activate it. And so that actually helped. Just, just saying activate and just kind of being in that energy. So I just wanted to share that as a potential tool for people who have had the blueprint downloaded.
Thank you for that, Emma. But what I've experienced is that various body symptoms, because I don't really have that many, but the storage, the patterns create experiences. The experience creates entropy or residue energy, which is then stored. And that's not the same as the patterns. It's the entropy from the energy use. And that's what I have found that I have stored in many parts of my body suit. And so I've had a similar experience in using, not necessarily downloading it again, but holding that space of the body to let the vibrations of wholeness, the full rainbow, move through myself into my hands, and to say to that particular part of the body. So for example, if it's the digestive area, to say to the digestive area, I hear you. I know you're letting go of the old storage that's been there. Thank you for doing that. And activating the system within the evolutionary blueprint of energy use for good. It gets done, and the entropy no longer gets stored, but it goes into an organic system. So organic system soaks in, vacuums in the energy and even the stored energy as it's being released, to take the entropy, either change it to the light, because it came from light. And if there is any influence of that parasitic that caused the original, then that goes with PTO to their source. And so that's how I found it too, that the different, mostly it's been through my stomach area, but that's how I've handled that physical pain, because you're cocooned, but stuff is moving out because of the blueprint, and the blueprint's codes are very clear and they're very strong, and they're going to impact. And so I'm saying, like, to the heart or to the liver, I hear you. Yes, it is timing. Yes, we're changing. So you can effortlessly let go of those old energies. Here's the system that it can be let go within. And then I just hold the energy of like rainbow, so that organ can take what it needs as it then begins to resonate to the codes of the blueprint. I think that's similar to what you experienced, Emma. In our TAG facilitation course, we've talked about, activating the download on ourselves and each other. And that's more for us to practice and get used to how that works and how that feels. So it's more for our understanding and strengthening. Anything else that's up for you?
I would just a sharing as well. I had a conversation on Tuesday and today with a friend that is in turmoil because she's going through a divorce, and her husband is not, or ex or whatever, is not the easiest, and she's really, really sensitive. And I was just listening and a little bit without words, because I know what she's going through. I have gone through it myself, divorce and children and stuff. And then at one point I just said to her, listen, I'm going to give you a word that you can use, and I'm not going I can't explain it really, but just trust me and just do it. And that was deep 6. I said, this is a command that when your mind is spinning and your emotions are, getting out of control, just repeat it like a mantra and know that it activates protection and it activates support for you. And I told her that on Tuesday, and today when I talked with her, she said, I don't know what it is, but it helped. So I'm just going, when I get all overwhelmed, I just say deep 6, deep 6, deep 6, and it works. So I wanted to share that with you. And I'm confident, as I said to her, because I know what it is and I'm giving it to you, it will work, it will have effects. So it was really nice to hear that it does.
I that's been so much the case. The other thing you can have just as an awareness that you could also say, call me to you, and together we will, deep 6. Because if there is any, and you can sense if that person is a little bit shaky and a little bit, not quite stable enough by herself, then you could suggest, just call me there and I'll be there with you. Just sense me there. You do the command and I'm holding your hand. And that's another way you can just hold space with that person until they can do it by themselves. But you never know. The people, the whole world is being awakened, right? And some have been so asleep that they're very weak, and it might be that just having your presence with them is enough to help them move to the next step of, I can do it by myself. Even just that imagination piece. Thank you, Christina. The thing that's going to help us get through the different things in our life was in our toolbox. And for some of us, 3 tools is enough, and for some 12 tools is enough, and for some they need 25. And so I like to start with, the simplest is, of course, deep 6, but that includes the PTO, and they don't have to understand it all like you saw, as well as activating the tag team. And then if that begins to not be as effective as they would like, it's because they're hitting some probably patterns that they have to consciously be participating and changing. And that's what I would bring in the next process. And I think we've done it in here. Have we done the disc creation process here in this course? Okay, we have in the other courses. So Cinda's saying no. So I don't think in this course we have. Avi? I'm going to put you on the spot. I hope that's okay, because you feel totally free to say, no, I don't want to do that. Because it takes about 10 minutes or less. And it might be a tool that will really be helpful to you. You've got the deep 6, that part. But the disc creation would be the next thing I would say. Here's the next. It takes a little bit more time, but it's you consciously participating, and there are some patterns we have to consciously participate in. So if you would you be willing to be a guinea pig, and I'd walk you through the process while everyone else vicariously does their process? Would that be okay?
Please. That sounds
Okay.
great.
Okay, so I want you to, get a sense of the really most intense feeling that you have in relationship to this new job, and tell me what that is.
It's anger and like how do I put it into, it's like damaged ego. Like I feel like I'm not getting respect, and it manifests as just like anger. Mm-hmm. And frustration, just right here.
Yeah. And what are the words or the behaviors that cause that to happen? when they do
Uh,
say blank.
micromanage, critique,
Mhm.
yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
So I'm gonna put some words to it, and you tell me if that's not, and see if if the feeling comes. If it's not quite the right words, we'll get the words. This you can use with yourself, or you can use with anybody else. And if it's not on our webpage, I will put it on our webpage. Look, you tell me what you're doing. I want to know what you're doing.
In the job.
Yeah. When I say those words, no, when I say those words, what is that? Does it evoke those feelings? No, you report back to me. You tell me what you're doing. Not quite. What would be better words?
Yeah, no, that's actually, yeah. Can you send that? Just send it past me. I just want to have a quick look. Or can you include me in this meeting? I just want to sit there and,
Yeah.
you know,
I want to check out what you're doing. I want you to always put me on the list and check so I can check out what you're doing.
Rage.
Okay. Okay.
Rage. Yeah.
So what I'm going to have you do, I'm going to say the words and you're going to let the feeling be in your body. In fact, you are going to be the balloon and the feeling's going to be the helium, and you're going to breathe it in until you can't stand it anymore in your body. So I'm going to say the words and you keep breathing it in, keep letting it be big, fill every part of yourself. Just keep running that by me. Breathe it in. I want to be on the list though, but I know what you're doing. I want you to include me so I can look over your shoulder and see what it is you're about. Put me on that list. I want to see what it is. When you've had enough of the feeling, when it's full in this balloon we call body, just nod your head. Now, really remember that feeling, what it is, where it was, what it does inside. And then reverse your breath and breathe it out and let all of the energy be in front of you. It will still be the same form. You'll remember the feeling. It just won't be in your body. It'll be right there in front of you. Whatever you have to do to breathe it out and tell me when it's all out of you and in front of you.
Okay.
Now take a breath in your imagination. Get a label and a marker and write on the label. I want you to check that out, run that by me. Something like that, whatever the words are. I want you to run that by me. Write it on the label. Reach out and put the label on the form in front of you. Tell me what's on the form. Take a breath and step back. There's distance between you and the form. And there it is. There's the form. That's the feeling. That's the experience. The name of that experience is basically, I don't trust your capacity. Run that by me, right? Now, my question to you is, do you need more of that experience? Do you want more of it? That's the name of the experience. If you want more, you can keep it, but you don't, correct?
Definitely not.
I want you to identify all the cords that are running from your body. Usually they're on the chakras, but they can be anywhere. Running from your body to the form, and disconnect the cords from your body. Don't cut them, disconnect them. You might have to undo a bolt, straighten out a hook, get some help. When all those cords are disconnected from you, they'll go right into the form in front of you. And tell me when they're all out of you and in the form.
Okay.
Okay, now just take a deep breath. We're going to calm the energy. You've had the experience. Thank you very much. Energy, clap, clear the, snap your fingers, brush it off, tap your body. Breathe it, breathe it. All that was light that came together for you to have that experience gone back to light. Any that had been influence of outsiders back to home source, space is clear. Now tell me what's left for you. Just feel inside what's left.
I still feel a little bit of it's residual, but that's what it is residual.
What does the residual say?
Just it's done. It's going away. This will clear too.
I want you to just deep six the residual. Deep six the residual. You can use a mantra, deep six, deep six, deep six. Deep six, deep six, deep six. And tell me when it's gone.
Okay, it's gone.
What's left?
Just like emptiness. Like something that was filled is just empty.
So just open up the doors and flow energy from your star families. That rainbow colors is good. All this energy is now here to strengthen and activate the codes within the evolutionary blueprint. And when you feel complete, then just bring yourself back. How are you doing?
Good. That was really amazing.
It's a really amazing process. And you can go as fast as you want with it, but what did that take? I don't know, 5-10 minutes at the most. So deep six, of course, that's always good. And the protection's always good of the PTO, but the disc creation would be a little bit more involvement, but not as much as some. So you can use that for the next few days as you do your job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being our guinea pig.
Okay. I
Okay.
feel like things are, going to be, that's really going to help.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. The thing to add to that would be just a word or a statement. What's the outcome you want? My community is respectful and generous. Something like that. Just could be very simple. You hold the outcome. Anything else that's on your mind before we go into? Okay, looks like not. So the evolutionary blueprint for the personal bodysuit what's been here for a month. If you haven't had the download, let me know, because I'm not sure the tag students are doing the downloads. It's for their practice, but it also is benefiting us in the Sacred Ground community, so that we can work together and understand and learn what that means in a conscious way. There are so many people who are feeling that there's new codes, that are feeling there's some expansion. And so here's some very concrete things that that here's the codes, here's what they are. And so, that's what we were talking about today. What I want to tell you all in this class, which I haven't begun to share even in our tag facilitator class, is that within 2 to 3 days of hearing about the download for the physical bodysuit, okay, let me go back. In doing tag in all these years, whenever there was a correction or things, as soon as we knew that the DNA had been crippled, for example, we upgraded the blueprint. We kept upgrading and changing, and the crippledness, and we changed it. And we were upgrading. So when I was going to teach, when I'm teaching this tag class, I'm going to talk to them about the upgraded bodysuits, and that's when the team came in and said, "No, we're not going to do upgrade anymore. It's a totally new suit. It's never been before. It reflects all of the corrections for both male and female bodysuit, all of the plans, and it's evolutionary. The reason they want it to be called evolutionary is because that's automatically unfolding from within. Automatically unfolding from within." And so I said, okay, immediately shifted. Sunday night, I was preparing the class Monday morning, and it was like, no, that's not the class you're teaching. This is what we're going to do. And I jumped those tag students right in the deep end and said, you're doing sessions. And they're going, it was like, okay, we're doing sessions. And they did. With about 2 or 3 days later, my guide said, and we have an evolutionary blueprint for the planetary system. So that the planetary system itself, for not just Gaia, the entire planetary system of which we are a part, within the Laniakea system, within the Milky Way, within the Laniakea, our system has an entirely new blueprint that is in alignment and supportive of this personal blueprint. Now, I don't know if you can get comprehend what that would mean, but I mean, we've gone from a system, a culture on this planet where the cultures were all about control and domination, limit, violence, abuse, etc., that we individually were remembering that we were divine, had to struggle and push in a body that was already wired by the parasitics. It was a slave body. That's what we have been in, a slave body in slave cultures for most of our time on the planet. So, and since we've been doing, somebody said, how do you know that what you're doing is effective? Well, because of the blueprint, for one thing. We would not have a new blueprint if we were still entrapped in the galactic worlds. There would be no way. We would still be crippled. We would still be owned. A new evolutionary blueprint says, hey, things have changed massively. How have they changed? They've changed because of remembering Earth mission, remembering assignment for female, assignment for male, so that we got a picture of like, oh my gosh, everything's crazy, everything's backwards. We're living in lies. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because knowing is not enough. What caused it? Where did it begin? And that's not enough. How do we change that? And that's what we've been doing. We've been changing that. Now, I don't know about other systems, but I know we've been doing it in the tag work since 2000, well, before 2000, with few, and a few more beginning in 2000, 2001 or 2. And then again, now here we are doing it even more powerfully. So here we have blueprint for a physical body aligned to our family, divine family's agenda, purpose of the mission, ability to live on the planet in sovereignty, creating as we want to create. Things are good with more than that, but basically that. And then the whole planetary system is being changed to support that. The other thing, the other way I know that the work's been effective is that in November 2018 was when there was an inclusion of our galactic family was invited to be a part of a collective galactic council group. Before that, we weren't allowed in because we were too sticky. We were too unbalanced. We were invited in. And then the Galactic Collective said, no more choosing of domination agendas, not even allowed. And then like 3 months ago, it's like, and they can't even exist in those worlds of negativity, those 5 worlds of their extension. They're going back to source. And we're dismantling those worlds, their homes, because they're not going to be there anymore. We're eliminating that, all of those structures back to light. Is that dismantling a patriarchy? Major. That's what we're in. So this is huge. So today what we're going to do, and we'll take a break before we do this, we're going to do a journey along our maternal lines. And we're going to do that because we want to quickly get those ancestors in alignment to what it is we've discovered here and what we've anchored for ourselves. And then we're going to talk about what are these evolutionary blueprint steps, which are called chakras. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of the time together. We're going to take 5 minutes for a break. Is there any questions before we take that break? Okay, so it looks like what, 50, let's go at 52 before the hour or after the hour, 52 after the hour, 52. It's kind of a strange number, but I think it will work. Okay, I'll see you back at 52 after the hour. And Avi, we'll probably miss you, but it will be recorded. Thank you for being our guest. Really.
Oh, thank you so much. That, oh,
Good.
great.
Bye,
Thank you.
Avi.
Bye.
Okay. See you guys.